You want to buy a watch? Well, if you're looking for the best deal on a Russian watch, I got what you need. What up, watch peeps? All of you are most certainly aware of Marinom.com, which is the official representative of the Kistopol watch factory and where most people probably buy their Vostok watches. But what you might not be aware of is that you can buy direct from Vostok for even better prices. Let's flip over to the browser and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm Pete and we are Chillin' with Watches. So here is Marinom.com. This is the Vostok store that most people are familiar with. Now there's a couple watches I'm looking for here. The first one is the 150 348. 150 is the case, 348 is the dial. This guy right here. It's a green wave dial in this 150 case. And you'll see here it's 75 bucks. Great deal for a really fun watch, right? But what you might not know about is online.vostokinc.com. You can buy direct from Vostok here. So let's search for that same watch I'm looking for. 150 348. Yep, this guy here. And that comes in at an amazing 3,797 rubles. Whatever that is. Google will save the day. So we're looking at 51 bucks. I mean, that's an unbelievable price for a really cool watch, right? So there is another watch that I wanted to grab here. It is the 120 658. This is a 120 case, 658 dial. Yeah, this guy here. So yeah, I wanted to make a silver dial scuba dude. And you can see again the standard $75 price. We go over to Vostok Inc. Search for this guy. 120 658. And there it is. And again, that same $37.97, which is 51 bucks. Now the funny thing is here, we'll put that in the garbage. That is their add to basket verbiage, which is, I find it hilarious. So you can see our grand total here. I think it does add about, there is a few dollars shipping that they add in. I don't remember how much it is, $8 maybe. We'll go back to Google and convert that. 102 bucks for two watches. That's just an incredible deal. Wrist check. I am wearing the Mandala in ice blue from Second Hour. It's a really cool watch. My kid said it's too fancy for me. Having a good time wearing this watch. Going to be reviewing this one soon. But here I have a shipment that has got here from Vostok Inc. And you know, shipping times seem to be back to pretty good. This only took, I want to say 2-3 weeks to get here, which is not too bad at all. We've got a couple watches in here. And, you know, like I said about the prices being so good from Vostok Inc., I think I got both of these for $104 total. So, yeah, like about 50 bucks a piece, which, you know, Marinom prices are great, but you buy direct from Vostok, and you can do even better. So this one is kind of, I want to rebuild a watch that I had a while back and I sold and I missed it dearly. It was this green wave dial. It was in a different case when I had it before, but this is fine. But what I had it with was, well, I have one of my Boris bezels that I love here. We're going to slap that on there, but not with that bezel insert, with a Green Planet Ocean bezel. Let's see if I can kind of show you what I'm going for here. It's kind of the look. We'll get that done on video here in just a second. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to recreate a Vostok I had before and should have never sold. Let me look up the reference number for this one. Super cool. Oh, look at that. It comes with the butterfly clasp bracelet that was on some of the new. It's like a solid milled out bracelet. A lot nicer than kind of the old hollow bracelets you used to get. I probably won't use it because I hate butterfly clasp and it's just 22 millimeter no taper. It's a massive bracelet. But that is interesting that they're using something different. The other one I got here is what I call the Silver Surfer. I was just jonesing for a silver dial watch, and I love a good scuba dude. And, you know, I never leave my Vostoks alone, so this one, I have this black bezel laying around, 120 case. I think I even have end links and a bracelet for this watch, so we'll get those put on there as well. This should be really cool. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. Yeah, let's get these bezels off and see if we can do those mods real quick. First up, let's get to cracking on this Silver Surfer, see if we can't get that bezel off. I tried just pulling it off with my hand. Sometimes that works, but that's not going to happen here. So let me get that off camera real quick. Alright, that was a bit of a nightmare to get off. It was really tight. I think the issue is these used to be made of brass, which is softer, and now they're making them out of stainless steel, which is less forgiving. And sometimes they're just really hard to get off. Let me show you my favorite new tool for removing bezels, on Vostoks at least, but I've used it on Seiko as well. Guitar picks. You kind of work it underneath the bezel groove, and once you get one fit under there, you can kind of work it around until it pops off. Let's see if this new bezel I have, looks like it needs a retention spring. I always keep some of these on hand. I mean, they're literally, I think it's like 50 cents for like 10 of these on eBay or something like that. Hopefully this will go on easy. Easier than it came off anyway. Ha! Look at that. Popped right on. That's nice and tight too. Sometimes these can be loose and wobbly. I much prefer the tighter fit of bezels when they do not have any clicks. And I mentioned I also have an end link and a bracelet for this, so let's check that out. Here we go. Yeah, that is not bad. So this is just a 20mm generic bracelet I had as 9mm center links. I'll tell you what though, these 18mm silicone dive brace straps that come with these are not bad. They're really soft. A little bit of a lint magnet, but they're comfortable. See how I was saying these are just, it just has a 9mm center link, so any end link that takes 9mm will work with this bracelet. So these are 18, kind of flares out to 20, but it looks nice. See how that looks on wrist. Oh yeah, I'm digging that. I just really wanted a silver dial watch lately. Black bezel. I think the Doxa Sea Rambler is what put me in the mood for that. Alright, let's get to working on this green one. Gotta get that bezel off, but I also have to get this red insert off of this bezel since I'm going to reuse this. So, we'll break out the heat gun and grab the X-Acto knife and see if we can get that off of there. Alright, let's get to work on this green wave dial. This bezel in particular is always tough. I don't know, it always sits really flush with the case and I have a hard time getting it open. I actually managed to get my new favorite bezel removal tool jammed in there, and I'm not taking it back out for the video because it's hard to get back in there, but I think with this one in here, then I'll take a second one, jam it in, and try and work it around, and eventually this will pop off. So let me see if I can do that. Alright, I'm going to try and do this on camera even though it is rather difficult. See, now I've got two in the cracks. Now if I just take the second one, I start going this direction and slowly expanding that gap. As you can see, it's kind of spreading. This might be difficult to do on camera because this bezel's so tight. But I do like this method because it is, you know, it usually keeps your watch scratch free. You're not going to damage anything. Alright, I'm going to try and take a crack at this off camera. But what I'm trying to do is basically just keep expanding that gap until it pops off. Alright, I think it's about to pop, so let's see if I can finish on camera. There we go. I don't know if you could hear that. But as you work it around eventually, boom, just like that. And you do not have to worry about scratching it up. All right, so next thing I got to do is get this old insert out of this Boris bezel. All right, so to get that insert off of there, we head to the lab, and my Harbor Freight heat gun, aluminum transfers heat very well, so I'm just going to kind of heat it up right through. And the only real point of this is to loosen up the glue. Once that's loose enough, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife. Till your old bezel's off. Now I'm just going to clean that up with Goof Off. For the Goof Off, you first just kind of want to get the bulk of this old glue out. And since it was like sticker tape, you can usually just kind of pull it right out. Then Goof Off on a Q-tip. High-tech solutions. Goof Off does wonders for breaking down glue. And voila, clean bezel. Just slap the new insert on and apply this. I think there's already a retention ring in there. And you guys have seen me do this a bunch of times. I'm going to put my new insert. Boy, having these rings sure makes this easier. Just gonna get that rest of that out of there. Alright, that should be. And then we got just that part. And, you know, my favorite thing about Vostok is you don't need to worry about lining up the bezel insert because there are no clicks. So you can do this. And you know, I'm pretty sure the first time I ever did a bezel swap or a bezel insert change, I think I did this with a Seiko and then I put it on and it didn't line up and I was like, oh, no wonder they tell you to do the bezel first then the insert. Alright, and that is that. And if I'm looking close, I think there is a retention ring already in there. So we should be able to just snap this on. And I love these Boris bezels because they always have really good action. They always go on nice and cleanly. And they see how easy that went on? Good tension. It's not loose. Yeah, that looks fantastic. I am about that. Have to get a different bracelet on here though, because you know, what is this? There we go. A couple cool Vostok mods. Got them in, done in hardly no time. This one is the 120 case with the 658 dial, so 120 658. This one is the 150 case with the 348 dial, so 150 348. Pretty cool. 2 new watches, not too bad. $104 and some parts I had laying around. Alright guys, so I let you in on the secret. Now go make me proud and do some crazy things with Vostok watches. Honestly though, with all the dials and cases out there, you can come up with almost limitless combinations with just some simple bezel swaps like I did here. I love these two, a couple colorways I've been jonesing for. I think they came out great. Alright, before I let you go, sneaker check. I swear my blacked out Jordan 1s. And that's it, I'm out. If it's not too much trouble, like, subscribe, and come back next time. Peace.